Welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar Hub, where facts fuel insight and currency shifts emerge before they make global headlines. Today's update isn't just urgent, it may be historic. If you've been holding Iraqi Dinar IQD or Vietnamese Dong VND, this could be the pivotal moment you've anticipated. We're at a rare turning point in the global financial order. The Forex markets are seeing a surge unlike anything in recent times. This isn't about gradual increases or internet buzz. This is real, data-driven momentum that's shaking the system. IQD and VND aren't just climbing, they're accelerating. Experts who once dismissed these currencies as stagnant or manipulated are now re-evaluating everything. Traders, analysts, and institutions are sounding the same alarm. Something monumental has shifted. And for the prepared, this could signal the start of a revaluation with global consequences. Let's break down the seismic move shaking the financial world and why today stands apart. As of this morning, verified data from high-level Forex platforms confirm massive upward momentum for both IQD and VND against the US dollar. The Iraqi dinar has broken through major resistance levels, reaching valuations unseen since before the 2003 invasion. Meanwhile, the Vietnamese Dong is surging in tandem, gaining ground with a speed and intensity that's stunning market professionals. We're not talking minor changes. These are major market corrections rooted in real value, not speculation. Years of reform, monetary tightening, and policy development are finally being reflected. This isn't a reaction, it's a recalibration. The market isn't whispering anymore, it's roaring. These moves may mark the start of a fundamental shift in how these currencies are seen on the global stage. This is not theory. It's an economics-driven adjustment unfolding in real time. For years, Iraq and Vietnam have laid the groundwork for a financial comeback. Iraq has advanced economic reforms, enforced tighter monetary discipline, cracked down on illicit dollar flows, expanded digital payment adoption, and boosted foreign reserves. These initiatives built a climate ready for the dinar to regain status in international markets. Meanwhile, Vietnam has matured into a global trade powerhouse with key economic ties to the US, Japan, and the EU. This surge isn't random, it's the result of deliberate positioning. Both countries have worked toward revaluation, and now that groundwork is triggering real-world market movement. IQD and VND are no longer ignored, they're being reappraised. What some once labeled as fringe currencies are now emerging as legitimate contenders in the new currency era. This is not inflationary hype, it's repricing, quietly executed, strategically managed, and now highly visible. The valuations have left government narratives and entered open markets. Iraq previously maintained a heavily managed exchange rate of around 1,310 IQD per dollar, deemed by many to be significantly undervalued. But recent deregulation and increasing transparency have opened the dinar to broader market forces. When an undervalued currency enters a freer market, the real demand quickly emerges, and that's exactly what we're witnessing now. At the same time, the Vietnamese Dong, used as a tool for export competitiveness, is also stepping into the spotlight. Institutional investors and global banks are now treating VND seriously. It's no longer a peripheral currency, it's a rising force. Exchange platforms are reporting IQD breaching $3 to the dollar and VND reaching the $2 mark per 10,000 units. What was once considered dream pricing is rapidly becoming feasible. If you hold either currency, don't respond emotionally, respond strategically. This moment calls for calculated planning. Years of patience are converging into a pivotal, time-sensitive opportunity. Today's market surge is powerful, but volatility may still play a role in the days ahead. The best move now is to stay alert and informed. Don't rely on rumors or unofficial sources. Use licensed financial advisors and verified market data. This isn't the time for knee-jerk reactions. Instead, plan your next steps with precision. For early holders, this may be a milestone moment, but with the gains come critical decisions. Whether you exchange now or wait for clearer signals, your response must be grounded in real analysis. Behind the current trend is more than excitement, it's the result of long-term structural reforms becoming visible. Iraq's central bank has enacted sweeping changes targeting corruption, modernizing monetary systems, increasing reserves, and syncing with global standards. These moves are squeezing out the black market and building legitimate financial pathways. Vietnam's evolution follows a similar logic through massive FDI attraction and international agreements. It has carved out a central role in global supply chains. Both countries have taken control of their dominant currency narratives. Iraq, for instance, has tightened enforcement and steered the dinar into international alignment, reducing dependence on unofficial dollar flows. This includes enforcing new banking standards, encouraging digital payments, and cooperating with the IMF and World Bank. These actions are replacing black market chaos with institutional confidence. Similarly, Vietnam's focused integration strategy anchored in manufacturing, compliance, and trade agreements has drawn multinational attention. Institutions like Samsung, Apple, and Intel have deepened their presence, boosting local currency confidence. What we're seeing now is the result of years of coordination. This isn't about speculation, it's about recognition. The market is finally acknowledging these currencies' true strength. From Wall Street to Dubai, Forex trading desks are shifting attention rapidly to IQD and VND. And it's not retail speculation, it's real institutional movement. When that kind of capital flows, it's a vote of confidence, not a gamble. Trading volume reports are reaching record highs, and major platforms are struggling to handle the load. That's more than excitement, it's validation. Exchange centers in major cities report long wait lists and unprecedented customer demand. This shift is no longer a marginal event, it's front-page news in financial capitals around the world. So, is the revaluation underway? All signs indicate that it is. But unlike the fantasy of an overnight announcement, this is unfolding step by step across markets, without ceremony but with force. The notion that revaluation must begin with a press release is being replaced by the reality of gradual, observable market transformation. The market is writing the script, and it's loud and clear. Upcoming public statements from Iraq's central bank or Vietnam's financial authorities could further legitimize what's already happening in the background. Redenomination talks and new note issuances may follow. But even without them, the revaluation is happening in price, in volume, in market action. Let's be clear, none of this happened by accident or overnight. The shifts we're seeing in IQD and VND are the end result of painful reform, global negotiation, and national rebuilding. Iraq had to reconstruct trust in its entire financial framework after decades of war, instability, and sanctions. Vietnam had to evolve from a low-wage exporter to a high-efficiency, globally integrated economy. Both nations invested in their credibility working with global financial institutions, signing trade deals, tightening policy, and embracing modern banking infrastructure. The short-term sacrifices were real, but the long-term reward is finally surfacing. IQD and VND are being respected not just as currencies, but as sovereign financial assets. The outdated view of these notes as speculative gambles is being erased. What we're seeing is credibility being restored and value being recognized in real time, at scale, with international legitimacy. And that changes everything for holders and for markets alike. One of the most promising indicators of lasting change is the collapse of black market influence. In Iraq and Vietnam, street-level exchanges distorted reality, confused consumers, and fostered corruption. For years, citizens navigated dual rates official and underground, leading to mistrust and inefficiency. But now, a turning point has arrived. Iraq's monetary authority, in concert with international bodies, has rolled out reforms that return rate setting to official institutions. Transparency is rising. In Vietnam, banking oversight has been tightened, compliance has increased, and black market activity is declining sharply. Citizens are turning back to banks as reliable sources. That's not just policy, it's progress. Confidence is moving back into regulated financial systems. For holders of IQD and VND, that means clearer pathways, better rates, and fewer risks. This shift isn't only technical, it's social. It restores dignity to everyday financial transactions and signals a new era of accountability. For Iraqis and Vietnamese citizens, the value of their money hasn't just been an economic question. It's been a matter of pride. Years of suppressed valuations placed undue burdens on daily life, from food costs to international travel. But today, those burdens are beginning to lift. This isn't just a rate shift, it's a narrative change. A country's currency is a mirror of global trust, and that trust is now flowing into Iraq and Vietnam. The markets are sending a message. These nations matter. Their currencies matter. And their people deserve stable, globally respected money. That's a powerful message. This isn't just an economic event, it's a step toward justice and sovereignty. The transformation we're witnessing is as much about people as it is about money. That's why it matters and why it will likely endure. The stories of IQD and VND are being rewritten not as cautionary tales, but as comeback stories. So, what should you do if you hold IQD or VND right now? Start by staying informed. Watch real-time exchange rates. Monitor statements from the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, and the State Bank of Vietnam, SBV. Follow trading volume across major platforms. If you haven't already, organize your currency holdings, prepare any required documentation, and consult with a professional who understands emerging market currencies. This is not a time to be caught off guard. Don't wait until it's too late. Think about your next steps now, because when movement like this happens, the window of opportunity can close fast. Whether your strategy is to act now or hold for further gains, it's the timing that will shape your outcome. The momentum is real, but your preparation will determine how you benefit from it. This could be one of those rare financial inflection points where the patient and the informed win. To recap today's unprecedented development, June 2025 may go down in economic history as the month IQD and VND stepped into the global spotlight. Once viewed as obscure or speculative, these currencies are now attracting institutional money and global headlines. This isn't hearsay. This is validated by transaction volumes, rate shifts, and a collapse of black market pricing. Major players are moving capital. Retail holders are seeing their long wait rewarded. And, most importantly, legitimacy is replacing guesswork. The revaluation isn't just coming, it's unfolding in waves right now. The old rules are changing. IQD and VND are no longer fringe, they're now at the heart of a global financial realignment. If you stay grounded and informed, this is your moment. Don't let it slip by. The coming weeks could bring more gains or the first signs of stability. Either way, your plan should already be in motion. Strategy matters. Stay ready, because history is unfolding and you're in it. The content shared in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, investment, or legal advice. The Iraqi Dinar Hub channel is not a licensed financial advisor, and we strongly encourage all viewers to conduct their own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any decisions related to currency exchange or investments. Market conditions can change rapidly, and past performance is not indicative of future results. All information presented is based on publicly available data and should not be interpreted as a guarantee of future outcomes. Viewer discretion is advised.